guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over a very entertaining email that was sent from a subscriber. This is a story, guys, that I don't think many of you guys are going to forget anytime soon. It's from a guy. He's 29 years old. Sounds like he's been watching the channel for a little while. Definitely has his knowledge about things. And recently got out of a relationship with his girlfriend. A girlfriend that you're going to see through her actions turned out to be completely mental. And you're going to see in the beginning, guys, just how these things usually start, that she was cool and all that. How he made her made it abundantly clear from the beginning, as you will see, that in no way, shape, or form does this guy ever want to get married. Made it abundantly clear from the beginning, as I encourage you all to do for you dating relationships that don't want to get married. And of course, he said she was cool with it. Well, as you're all going to learn, she wasn't so cool with it. She was probably just another one of these girls that figured, I'll just change his mind. I'll be so charming and so sweet, and he'll fall in love with me. I'll have him wrapped around my little finger, and then I'll get him to change his mind and marry me. Nope, not our guy here. And then her colors started coming out, her true nature, her true colors. And it gets worse and worse and worse. And until you'll see when he breaks up with her. And that's when the real crazy begins. So there's a lot of very important lessons in this story, guys, about how the bait and switch. If you think a girl says she's totally cool, never get married again, think again. Bullshit. At some point, they all do. Even if it takes them to be 70 years old, one day that old granny is going to want to get married one day. Even if she was single or with her guy as a boyfriend, her gentleman friend, as they call them when they get older. Eventually, she wants that rock on her finger. Even when she's 70 years old, takes to get to that point, she'll want that rock on her finger. 2, most gals hate the number 30. Why? Because that means, in their opinion, their market value drops substantially. Like a car going off the dealership lot when you buy a car. And they're all rushing to find their man and rush things along to move in with their guy and get that ring on their finger, get them to propose, because all their other friends are getting married. Beware of that. And, of course, how, in my opinion, you're with a girl and she clearly wants to get married and you don't, it's best to part ways as fast as you can. Because you're not going to work long term. I don't care how cool she supposedly acts. I don't care what her body is like. I don't care how great she is in bed and how great she is at giving head. No, part ways, because there's going to be problems. And she might accuse you of wasting her time and getting the wrath of Khan, all that shit. So, a lot of lessons in this story, guys, and you'll see as I go along in the story. So, says here, hello SSM. I'd like to share my story about my ex that has brought a lot of turmoil into my life, even after breaking up. It seems that there's been more drama after the breakup than before. It's funny how that works. Yes, my man, you certainly are dealing with a whole lot of drama. For context, I'm a 29-year-old man, and Paige is the same age. We met at a bar and hit it off. We only dated for a little over a year, but at the beginning, I was crystal clear about never, giant letters, never getting married. She was okay with this. At least that's what she said. Well, you pay attention to what people do, not say. She ain't cool with it. She thinks she's going to change your mind. Because she's so amazing and all the guys want her, and of course she'll change your mind. And she was probably attracted to the fact that you were a challenge. I'll get him to change. Also, during our relationship, we never moved in together, as my state is common law marriage state. Good for you, man. And good for you for stating in the beginning, I'm not getting married. At least you said that, and we're abundantly clear, even though we know what happens. 9 months into the relationship, she wanted to start living together, but I told her that I like things the way they are and didn't want to change that. Good for you. This became the topic of a few arguments in due time. So 9 months after dating, she wants to move in. Gentlemen, the only reason you move in with a woman is if you are going to marry her. If because of your own personal reasons, maybe it's your religion or your culture or you. Okay, I warn you about getting married in the 2020s and all the pitfalls and problems, and the odds are against you but working out for you, but you're a grown-ass man. Men, you're responsible for yourselves. But you only move in with them as like the final test. And even then, they can put on the show. I've done stories of guys. I did a story last week Most of you saw it. That guy who's with his girlfriend for 5 years, and I think he lived with her 2 or 3, and thought she was amazing. No red flags. They get married, and that night, he got drunk at the wedding, and went to bed and missed the end of the reception. And he woke up middle of the night, like 1 in the morning, and he couldn't find her. She wasn't there. And long story short, she was in another bedroom and having a threesome with his brother and the maid of honor. I'm sure you all saw that. And he thought she was great. No red flags. And they lived together for years. And you all know how that whole story went down. So, the moving in thing, that's the final stage. But even then, there's no guarantees. But moving in together after 9 months? 9 months? Anybody can put on a show for 9 months. But she's rushing things along. Because if he's 29, I'm assuming she's in her late 20s too. She's like, clock's ticking. All my girlfriends are getting married. But not this guy. We ain't getting met. We're not moving in together. I was immediately following one of her friends. It was immediately following one of her friends' wedding that she suddenly dropped hints about me proposing to her on almost daily occurrence. What did I tell you about other girlfriends getting married? She would tell me her ring size, ask me how I would do it, and she showed me the other girls' rings without the topic ever involving this. My man, at this point, you should have broken up with her. Because how's this going to work long term? You know? You don't want to get married, you're not going to change. The hints and the hints and the hints. Do you think it's going to stop? You ever been around little kids when they want something, you know, and they just are relentless about getting whatever it is they want, the toy or the video game or something? You know what? You parents know what I'm talking about. They won't shut the fuck up about that toy. They're right here about the goddamn ring. It's the same thing. You're wasting your time. You guys aren't going to work. You should have parted ways right then and there. That is a criticism. That's the only criticism I have about you in this whole story, is you should have cut it off the second it became abundantly clear that there is no change in her mind. You know, you may have saved yourself a lot of shit, but we all learn from these things. I stood firm that we are never getting married. She hit me with the, if you want a prenup agreement, that's okay. Which I'll admit lowered my guard quite a bit, but I still never proposed to her. Good, because you could do the prenup and a judge could still ignore it. She just could not understand why I didn't want to marry her. Well, pretty soon you guys are going to see exactly why it was a darn good idea that this guy didn't marry her. He didn't want to be married. It's not in a man's favor these days to get married, and you all know the reasons why. I don't need to keep saying them over and over again. If you don't know, watch my other videos, guys. She did not take the because marriage does not benefit men enough to take the huge risk as a valid answer for me to dare not propose to her after 1 year dating and never living together. Propose after 1 year? She saw too many fucking movies. Problem is, I guarantee you, the majority of her girlfriends, or probably all of them, all married some beta male guy they settled for, who are more than happy to propose after a year because they're like, finally, a girl's paying attention to me. So she figured you're the same. No offense. I told her that we would date for 4 years before living together for at least 2 years. Then I'll think about the possibility of marrying her. You shouldn't have said that. That's another criticism. You shouldn't have said that. I know you threw it 4 years and all that stuff like that, which that's more realistic. 4 years, 5 years, getting to know her, then maybe move in together for a couple of years. Then we get together and get married, if that's what you do. That's good in terms of the length of time, but you still don't want to get married, bro. So that gave just enough a thing in her mind. Oh, well, he said a number of years, so there's a possibility that he might marry me. I got to point that out. You should have cut ties with her the second she started dropping all those not so hints. This was when she took a different approach. She tried hard, he wrote hard in giant letters here, to get pregnant. She no longer wanted to use condoms that I brought, and she stopped taking her birth control. Oldest trick in the book. As I say always, guys, always wear protection. And always dispose of your protection. If I have to explain why you have to dispose of your protection and not put it in her little wastebasket next to her bed, I can't help you. Figure it out, what she could do with that condom with your man juice in there when you're not looking. It's been done. And do not buy the I'm off the pill crap. Guys, I've mentioned this before. It's a long time since I said this. I know 4 or 5 different gals. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5. It's one of the two, 4 or 5, that all just so happened to get pregnant in their mid-30s. When they were, mid-30s, so biological clock's going on, and they want a family and everything. They all wanted families, but they were all with guys, or at least guys before they didn't want to get hitched. And one by one, over the years, every single one of them, mid-30s, magically got pregnant somehow. Imagine that. It's not a freaking accident. They know how to time things. Come on here. Oh, the pill didn't work. Sure. Amongst many other things. Every one of them. And those guys got together with them. Be careful. Wear your own protection. I don't care. I know it feels better without the goddamn condom on. Let's be honest here. It's not worth it. And yes, I know, and I certainly wear protection now. But I was a dumbass when I was younger, and I was lucky. When I was 20 years old, for a week, my girlfriend at the time missed her monthly friend. It was late, and I was shitting my pants, thinking, oh my God, why'd I have to nail her on the couch that night without the condom at 1 o'clock in the morning when her parents and the family were asleep upstairs? Why'd I do that? That was the longest week of my life till finally she called me at work that summer job, to tell me everything's okay. I could have been a freaking dad at 21 years old when the kid had been born, because I would have kept the kid and raised the kid and all that. Thank the Lord. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here telling you. So always wear protection, guys, no matter how good it feels or what she says. And don't buy that I'm on the pill crap either. I thought about ending it with her SSM. You should have. I really did. But she made that easy for me with her next stunt. Here we go, guys. Can you guess what's coming? She proposed, I'll wait for it, drum roll please, open relationship. 5 points for Gryffindor if you figured out what it was going to be. She said it would fix our relationship, which was starting to take a toll due to her relentless drama. She proposed the open relationship, not because she loves you so much, because she wanted to keep you, and she could probably go out and find some other sucker to maybe see if he was a sure thing to marry her, and then she can dump you. She's keeping you around just in case. No woman that loves her guy is going to do open relationship, open marriage. Now watch how our man here handles the situation. She said it would fix our relationship, which was starting to take a toll due to her drama. Right on cue, I told her, yeah, we can sleep with other people. I'm okay with that. And then I ushered her to the door, telling her to have a nice life. She turned around, starting to talk, but the door was already closed by the time I started hearing her talk. Have a nice life. Slam. She pounded on my door for like 20 minutes trying to get me to talk to her. She blew up my phone and even tried getting my parents involved. Restraining order, brother. Restraining order. For the next several months, she would not leave me alone. She'd come knocking on my door. She continued to constantly call and text. She showed up at my workplace demanding to see me. The police would not do anything because she didn't break any laws. She's harassing you. She's showing up unannounced, banging on your door. You're trying to live in peace. She's showing up at your place of business where you work, make a living to pay the bills, where you get your paycheck, and some of your taxes, local taxes, are going to go to the police. They can speak to her. But if you got a restraining order, then I believe, I'm not a cop and I'm not an attorney, but I believe you had grounds here to get a restraining order. Then, if she's showing up at your house or bugging your parents or at your place of where you work, place of business where you work, then they can get involved. Well, pretty soon, the police here are going to realize maybe they should have dealt with her sooner. He says, then she showed up at my parents' place saying that she was pregnant with my baby and that I abandoned her and the kid upon hearing the news. I had to explain to my parents I didn't know she was pregnant, and if she was really pregnant, I'm 98% sure it's not my kid. Remember, this is Miss has to have an open relationship. She turned out not to be pregnant, shocker, but played that card to get me, and it almost worked when she showed up again at my workplace. The receptionist brought her into the office where one of my coworkers recognized her, and the receptionist and just said with a straight face, he doesn't want to see you, and you are not pregnant, before walking away. She was escorted out, literally screaming like a banshee. This could have been your wife. Remember, guys, let's go back to the beginning. This is the girl who was cool when not getting married. But it doesn't stop there, SSM. Oh joy. She slashed my tires in the parking lot, and it's on video. The police really tried to not do anything about it until I said, if there was a video of me slashing her tires at her workplace, would you care? That's when the sergeant told me they'd pay her a visit. Good Lord. You really had to spell it out like that? She was arrested and charged for harassment, damage to property, resisting arrest, and unlawful possession of a, wait for it guys, firearm. Good Lord. Was that next? She was going to show up with that and start making crazy threats and demands? And you couldn't get, and you said earlier the cops said there's nothing they could do or no laws are being broken. Restraining order. This could have been your wife or the mother of your kids. I really, really want to think that it's all over, but somehow, some way, she will slither her way back into my life. Also, her friends and family still somehow see me as the bad guy in all this. How dare I not give her a second chance? Not how dare she harass me every day, lie through her teeth to me, harass me, and slash my tires. Of course you're the bad guy, because men are always the bad guy. That's the narrative, because all these other ones are these perfect sweet angels. And we make it clear, not every girl is going to behave like this. Let's just make that abundantly clear. There are good ones out there. Sadly, they're becoming more rare, but there are good ones out there that are from traditional families and would make good girlfriends, but goddamn, it's rare. And this one isn't. This one is fucking crazy. I'm sure it's because I deserved it. Like, these girls can't ever do wrong, and it's always the man's fault. Right. If this makes it to a video... Dude, you can't send a story like this to me and not think it's not going to become a video. If this makes it to a video, I'd like to know what I did right and what I did wrong, and what the preventive measures I can take to prevent her from ever coming back, because they will always come back. Thanks, and keep up the good work. I don't know. A shotgun? The fucking A-team? I don't know. You got a problem on your hands. Okay, what you did right and what you did wrong and what you can do. What you did right was slamming the door on her ass about the whole open relationship thing. And you were right by telling the cops, if this was me slashing her tires, and them arresting her and all that. But what you did, and you did right by in the beginning when you said, "I'm never getting married." You made abundantly clear, "I'm never getting married." And that was the right thing. The problem was that you learned pretty quickly, it seems, that she did want to get married. That's where you went wrong. You should have ended it right then and there, because you're wasting your time. And by the way, guys, in case you haven't figured this out, most women aren't as direct as us guys. Most guys, at least guys that are remotely masculine, say what they mean and mean what they say and get to the point. They're direct. Women generally are not that way. They drop hints. They hope you figure things out, because they're just not direct like us, okay? And so you have to understand, be able to read the hints. Well, the hints are pretty close when she's telling you her ring size, or talking about her friends getting married, or things like that. So that's where you went wrong. When it became clear that she wasn't just so cool with not ever get married, you should have parted ways then. And perhaps the Banshee wouldn't have come out like this, okay? Because I guarantee you, I fucking guarantee you, she's telling her girlfriends, hey, he wasted my time. During those years, my prime years, I could have met another man that wanted to marry me, but he wasted my time. Even though, and we all heard it, you made abundantly clear multiple times, I'm not getting married. Still, she'll find a way to twist things around and say it's your fault because you wasted her time. So the second she was dropping those hints, you should cut her loose, okay? Try to amicably, and perhaps it wouldn't have gotten like this. And there was also something else you did wrong, but I can't remember that now, but I told you in the middle of the video. So what can you do at this point? Well, restraining order. Now, here's the deal. I'm not a police officer, and I'm not a lawyer, but I think I have enough common sense here. She now has a record. She has the record for her arrest, resisting arrest, harassment, destruction of property, and the illegal firearm, or whatever you want to call it. So if she gets herself into trouble, she already has a record. So at least some shit goes down. You can call the police and hopefully, but I don't want to get to that. So I say restraining order right away. I'd probably say, like I said, a shotgun. And I hope nothing happens. But I make it clear she's not allowed to be around, tell your family, tell your friends, your workplace. But definitely that restraining order. And if she starts doing anything, and it could also be just talking shit about you on social media, defamation, you go after her. Because someone this mental and unstable, this is a big problem. And someone's going to get hurt. Again, they found a legal firearm with her, unregistered, whatever you want to call it. Good Lord. Now, I don't know. Do you live in a state that everybody has firearms? I don't know. But, so be careful, because they do come back. I hope you never hear from her again. I mean, this is a story where actually I hope I don't get an update for you. But, as these things usually go, they always come back. And there's always a sequel, and an update, and a part 2, and part 3, and part 7 of these types of stories with these wacko girls. So, bro, be careful. Learn from your mistake. Next girlfriend you get starts babbling on, I want to get married one day. Whoosh, nope. Hey, it's a great time. I enjoyed meeting you. I enjoyed having that beer together. I enjoyed that quick hookup, but nope, that's it. We got to part ways because I don't want to get married one day. And even though you say you're cool with not getting married, I know you're going to want to get married one day. And for all you guys watching this, you find out they want to get married and you don't, part ways. Because I don't want some girl to go crazy on you and something like this happens or worse. Because people are freaking nuts, especially nowadays. You can't go a week without reading a story in this country about somebody that lost their shit somewhere around here in a grocery store, a school, a shopping mall, and doing some awful things. It's crazy. So be careful. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let this guy know what you think. But please, let this guy know what you think to help him out. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.